Hey guys, it's Karen, back with the Spark Project. Welcome back. I am bringing y'all some happiness in a can. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. So, today I want to talk to y'all about happiness. Everybody wants it. Not everybody has it, but everybody can get it. I never thought that I would say this in a million years. Happiness is a choice. 2 years ago, if you would have told me that, I would have laughed at you. But I am here to tell you, it is true. This past week, I listened to a podcast by a guy named Shawn Achor. The podcast that I listened to is from Oprah's Super Soul Sunday. I listen to a lot of podcasts. Go check him out. He's on YouTube. He is a scientist of happiness, and he has studied this for years, like 20 years. There's part of Shawn's study that says if you watch 3 minutes of news in the morning, 8 hours later, you are 30% more likely to say you had a bad day, because it's what we absorb. It's what our brains are seeing. Tragedy, natural disasters. I mean, there are some happy stories in there, but for the most part, it's negative things. So be mindful of what you're absorbing. There was an experiment that Shawn did. I won't go too much into it, but there was a brain scan done of the part of your brain that lights up when you're smiling. And then if you show somebody a picture of someone else smiling, that exact same spot in your brain lights up. It's called the mirror neuron phenomenon. So if you show somebody tragedy, those same spots light up. The difference is when you're happy or smiling and you're seeing something that's happy and smiling, your brain releases the dopamine. Getting all too much into science, we are actually going to talk about it more later, but for the time's sake, I just want to get a couple things out. This goes back until I was like 15. Whenever I saw 11:11, I would make a wish. I would wish to be happy. I just wanted to be happy. 15 years later, I am. But what did I have to do to get here? A lot of things. I was convinced that my identity was tied to my DNA. I was just meant to be miserable. I was meant to have all of these emotions. I was meant to just be depressed and bipolar and all of those things. So if you're like me and you think that that's just how you're wired and that your environment doesn't allow you to be happy and you'll be happy just later, you're choosing to be a product of your victimhood of circumstance. Did I just call you a victim? I'm here to tell you you can change that. That's where happiness is a choice. Happiness is the choice to want to get better and then putting the work in behind it. I know there's a quote out there. I don't know who said it. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I want to say whether you think you can be happy or you think you can't be happy, you're right. You think you're going to have a good day or you think you're going to have a bad day, you're right. So where do you tie joy into your life? Do you tie joy into something being pleasurable? Or do you tie joy into being successful or hitting a goal? Those are normal things that we would tie joy to. But when you change your perspective of finding joy in the development and your potential and the journey to get somewhere, not into a material or specific thing, you will find that your whole world view changes. The things that I went through in my life were not joyous. I did have a lot of joyous things, but looking back, I went through some hard things and they hurt. I could relive those things over and over again. Instead, I find joy in the potential of where I'm going, in the place that I'm at. So I am grateful for the things that I've been through, and it changes your whole perspective. So what can we do now? If you're like me, I'm super busy. I don't have time all the time to listen to a TED Talk or do a self-development seminar or any of those things. Shawn has done the research and has come up with things that we can do, little itty bitty things that if you do them every day will change the world. He also talks about a thing called rational optimism, recognizing when things suck, the reality of things, choosing to believe in the hope of the potential is being optimistic. Optimism is not who you are just born to be. It is a conscious daily practice. He actually calls it a conscious daily spiritual practice. So he has come up with these couple of things, literally 20 minutes at most. if you do that. And I challenge y'all to try this. I'm going to be doing it too because we can always improve ourselves.
Mama, I have a ride for you.
Can you make it and say hi? No, on my lips. All right, go. Go. Don't lick me. I'm almost done. So he's come up with these couple things that you can do for 21 days, and you are guaranteed to see a difference. If you don't, send him all the emails. But he's a scientist. He went to Harvard. He knows what he's talking about. And he even studied at Harvard after he graduated on the happiness at Harvard. Super cool story. Go check him out. 2 minutes a day. Find 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 different things that you're grateful for in that day. Just 2 minutes. You don't have to spend an hour. You don't have to spend 10 minutes. 2 minutes. 3 things that you're grateful for. After 21 days, your brain will look for things to be grateful for instead of negativity. 21 days, try it. I'm going to do it too. 2 minutes a day, sit and focus on your breathing. You don't have to meditate if you don't want to, if you don't want to call it that. I absolutely would, though, 100%. There's something called cultural ADHD. We are programmed for a society to do multiple tasks at one time. Especially as moms, we have to do 15 tasks at one time. So for 2 minutes, set the timer on your phone and focus on your breathing. It brings your brain back to focus on one thing, and it quiets everything down. It reduces anxiety. Write down one joyful experience that you had in that day. We'll say 4 minutes on that one. So we're up to what? 2, 4, 8 minutes. Take 4 minutes, write down one positive experience that you had in the day. What that does is allows the brain to relive that experience. And with it being positive, releases dopamine, which is all the good stuff. Then 2-minute email. So now we're up to 10 minutes. 2 minutes a day. Write an email or a text message or anything to someone who's not expecting it, telling them how much you appreciate them, what they've done for you, thanking them for being in your life. Something positive, send it to them. One, they're not expecting it. I mean, who's going to be mad at saying thank you for being in my life? So you are putting that positivity out there. And then the last thing, if you get to this one, you get to it, but really those first 3 are the big ones. The last one is 15 minutes of fun exercise. 15 minutes of fun moving your body, whether that's playing with your kids, going for a walk, playing with your dog. It is shown that 15 minutes of fun exercises releases the same chemicals that a full dose of antidepressants puts in your body naturally. So 21 days, try it and see how you like it. I mean, who's not going to like feeling happier? So I'm going to try it and I'll report back in 21 days. I'll write it on my calendar. And if you would like to know more, join me over on Facebook. I have a group called The Spark Project, and we are going to go live at the end of this week and talk more in depth about Sean's experiments and everything. So I would love to have y'all there, and go out and spread some positivity, and I will see y'all next time.